Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Music Culture Daily. It's your boy Maurice. On today's episode, I got the privilege. I got my man JustAli, and he joining me for an interview. Welcome to the show. What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm solid. I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yeah,
Excited about.
man. Yeah, man. I was having a chance listening to some of your music, man. Been checking you out on IG, man. Seeing you doing your thing and everything like that. So definitely wanted to have you on to discuss your music journey, discuss pretty much your project and what you got going on and what you've been up to and pretty much how you got started in your rap career and everything like that. So yeah, just wanted to
Yeah.
get here and talk about that. So yeah, what's been going on with you, man? How's everything going as far as the music thing is going?
Oh, bro. It's been a beautiful thing, man. This is what I've been doing since I was 13. You know what I'm saying? So I've never had no job before. You know what I'm saying? My my
Dope.
pop my dad owned a car washing business. That's like the only thing that I've ever done outside of rapping. You know what I'm saying? So selling sneakers, you know what I'm saying? So I've always did that too. But as far as me rapping, that's been my only job. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I've ever wanted to do was rap. So
That's
I the only job I really ever wanted was Foot Locker, and I kinda like showed up for it and was like, "Ah, this ain't it." You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So I've never had no job, so as far as how it's going, you know what I'm saying, I made a living off of the thing that I love to do.
Oh, that's dope.
That was like the big milestone for me, and then everything else that came with it, as far as like where I wanted to take it, how far I wanted to go with it. That's the add on to it. So the big part is I'm living my dream on a regular
That
daily basis. But the other side of it is now I'm getting to see all of the other stuff unfold and everything else come to fruition. So that's where I'm at with it right now is running into the all of the other things unfolding. You know what I'm saying? Being
dope.
inside of the music business.
Nice. Okay. So I guess the piggyback off what you were saying, man, like what first drew you to hip hop? What made you wanting to become an artist, like to be a hip hop artist and stuff like that?
Yo, so my introduction to hip hop was like I have like two major introductions to hip hop, but there was this girl named Destiny
Okay.
when I grew up, and I think that was her name. It might have been Michaela. It's one of them two.
Got
But uh I gave this girl a CD. My cousin had gave me a CD, and I gave this girl a CD. And the CD that my cousin gave me though was the same CD that I gave the girl. It was like track number 4 or something like that. But it was a song up there, and I was like, "Listen, you play this song right here. If you only don't play fourth, don't play 5, don't play 6, don't play
right.
1, 2, and 3. I just need you to play number 4. You play number 4, that's me rapping on number 4." And she took the CD home and played it. She fell in love with it. She came back the next day, was cool, and the night she was cool because I called the phone. I called the house phone, and I was able. She told me it was cool, and then after that she came back to school the next day with the went in the gym class, and all of us lined up. She came back with the CD in her hand and was like, "My brother said that's not you. That's LL Cool J." I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I was like, "Bro, your brother's a shiesty dude. Why would he even throw salt on my game like that?" So, and then that was like, and of course, I was listening to hip hop before then, but that was like a super introduction to
Yeah.
it. And the first thing that I really remember listening to as far as hip hop was the Blueprint 2.1. So that was like again, those that was my entry. It wasn't like no gimmicky hip hop that I was into. It was LL Cool J, I Need Love, and then Blueprint 2.1. You know what I'm saying? So it was two major heavy hitters in the hip hop. But
Nice.
listening to Blueprint 2.1, it was I said, jealousy,
Yeah.
got the whole industry. That's the first thing that I remember listening to.
Okay.
You know? So
Nice.
having that's my introduction into it. But as far as what really made me want to rap, my cousin had got killed, and that happened in like middle school. So when my cousin had got killed, I was just looking for an outlet. So like my cousin got killed, my other cousin get locked up. All of these things are like happening back to back to back to back.
Right.
My mom got diagnosed with breast cancer, like literally all around that same time. So I was striving to like have an outlet.
Out.
And I went to the thing that I was doing the most, which was listening to music. And I started creating my own. And the thing that I did first was I wrote a poem about my cousin, and I did it for a language arts class.
Oh, that's
And
dope.
so and that I found out I was kind of nice through that. And then I met my pops at this. I call him my pops, but I met him at a poetry show. On
Okay.
that poetry show, well, I met him at when my dad was being honored, and then he told me to come to his poetry show next week, and then it was off to the races from there. He heard me spit, and he was like, took me under his wing. Everything that I know about rapping to this day, he still teach me about rapping. So everything that I know from rapping then, he taught me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a continuation of things that led to it. But as far as my introduction into it, it was definitely that Jay-Z Blueprint 2.1.
Okay. I guess to piggyback off of that, you mentioned Jay-Z. So I'm assuming he's one of your musical influences, one of your, people you look up to in the rap game. Pretty much a lot of us do. Jay-Z is one of my favorite rappers as well. But who are
Right.
some of your like biggest musical influence, that influence you like far as rappers, or it don't necessarily have to be rap. Like it could be somebody like a Stevie Wonder or whatever, like Nas or whatever. Like who are some of your bigger influences outside of maybe Jay-Z?
Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield, like my favorite singer of all time. Um,
Okay. Nice.
Curtis Mayfield, The Roots, uh, Kendrick, um, Nas. Nas is definitely in there. Uh, Prince, especially if we talking about like outside of rap, but
Yeah.
Prince, yeah,
Right.
Prince was like in a world of his own, bro. So, but yeah, those are
So
definitely my influence. And like I said, my pops, well, he literally taught me like everything I know about rapping. So I gotta give it to that.
that's dope. That's dope. Okay. So pretty much how do you approach your writing? Do you start with the beat, the concept, or is just pure like you just go in or whatever comes to you, freestyle it or whatever? Like what is your approach? Your when you go in there and when you're making this.
Yeah. So for me, I like to just have a concept first,
Okay.
and not even first. Sometimes I'll listen to it. It'll like tiptoe between a concept or a beat first. But my producer, his name is Genius Art. Amazing producer. He actually produced that whole album. It's probably one song up there that he didn't, but he's an amazing producer. But me and him have such a chemistry to where when it's time to create, he like, yo, what you feeling today? And I'm like, yo, I'll have an idea or I'll have a direction that I even want to go, and then I build off of that direction as far as like concepts and stuff like that. But when I'm approaching it, I have to I don't want to just go in and put words together. I've never been that kind of artist. You know what I'm saying? I love to tell stories. I love to get my thoughts across. I love to be vulnerable in music. So I ain't never really been that artist that just go in and say words just because they rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
um the thing that I strive to do is have some type of concept to be able to put together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I build off of that beat, whatever the emotion that beat is giving me, and then right after that, I'm striving to figure out what hook can I come up with after I got my hook. I go into my verses because I'm gonna be able to detail the hook in those verses.
Okay, that's dope. Dope. So that's how your process. You do that with every song, or is it certain?
Yeah, just about except the ones that like turn into long verses. A lot of the times the ones that turn into long verses just end up being like a dope freestyle or something like that. But as far as my songs, yeah, that's usually my process every single time.
Okay. So do you prefer working solo or do you like collaborating, and like which one you do and why? Like
I have no problem working with people. I
okay.
just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I, a lot of the times I be in a space where I don't write in the room with nobody unless my producer's there and we like creating something on the spot. But a lot of the time we'll create the direction and I'll go home and we'll have 6 or 7 beats and I'll go home and create those songs. You know what I'm saying? And so I create on my own. But when it comes to collaborating lately, I have been like being in those sessions with people that have those writing sessions and being in those sessions where it's an R&B singer and she come through and I'm able to help her with her song, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll put a verse in on hers. Like my guy Keith just sent me this. She's an amazing singer too. Her name's Shan LaRue. But
Okay.
she he sent me her song. He was like, "Yo, they need you to do this, that, and the third." And the dope part about collabing is I want people to see how quick my turnaround time is. Like I take that with pride. Like
Right.
how quick I can get something back to you and it's of quality. I take that with pride. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote my verse while I was driving on the way to the studio. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Nice.
That was that's the dope part about collabing is again, I want people to see our turnaround time. But I love working with people because when I do features, it allows me to like go into their world and then give my perception of their work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. All right. I feel, and I know you mentioned your producer. Do you work with any other producers outside of him, or he's more like y'all kind of like a tag team, Snoop Dre type of thing?
We definitely like Clips and Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell, Alchemist, and Prodigy, Mob Deep.
Right.
So that's
So we definitely have that duo. But the dope part about Genius is he not like, yo, I don't want you working with nobody else. He ain't pulled a RZA, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. The
So,
really or the
but
old Cash Money when they just was using Danny Fresh and
right.
stuff. Yeah,
So the dope part about that is he's like, he ain't saying, yo, I don't want you to work with nobody else. And I'm not saying, yo, I don't want you to make beats for nobody
right,
else
right,
because we don't get nowhere like that. You know what I'm saying? To me, we don't. And it made sense for RZA to do it with Wu-Tang because he was like, yo, we done blew up off of this sound. You know what I'm saying? So I understood what he was saying. I understand where they was taking over for the 99s and 2000s when
it
he did
makes
it with
sense.
Cash Money. You
When the
feel me? Like,
in-house producer, yeah,
yeah. And Genius definitely is the in-house producer. However, he has such an amazing sound, bruh,
mm.
that it'll be a disservice to only make beats for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Makes
he
sense.
has such an amazing sound that transcends rap. You know what I'm saying? It transcends hip hop. Even some of the songs the beats that he gives me or creates for me, it's not even like I'm tapping into another world because you're not gonna hear that on a regular boom bap beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
Right.
sounds that he's picking from. You're not even gonna hear that. So I'm not solely against him using other working with other artists and stuff like that. And he not against me working with other producers. He like, yo, he was like, yo, he didn't make the MLK beat on the album. And it was a guy named Kevo Beats. He fired too. But he was like, man, I wish I would have made that one. Like this low key like my so it honestly pushed him. When he hear me
Yeah,
on
it
somebody
was
else's
prime
beats,
still.
he
Yeah.
like, yo, you like that one? Boom, I'm gonna go do this one over here.
Oh,
You
that's
know
dope.
what I'm saying? So yeah, he a super dope super dope producer, bro. But like I said, it'd be a disservice for me to only be on those. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. I love
Yeah,
the answer. I love the answer, by the way, man. Collaboration, man. Like you said, man, the more you are heard, the more he's heard, that's gonna help. That's only help both of y'all.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. I love that. Far as like, what's the hip hop scene like out there, like in the city, like in the local area, like
In North Carolina,
yeah,
like where
yeah.
I'm at.
Yeah.
This all right, man. How can I say this?
Okay.
North Carolina is the reason that I even made the Caroline album was because there's this guy named Devon Stevens, and Devon Stevens said, "You heard of him before?"
Yeah, I think I heard it. I heard that name before.
So my producer, he linked us together, and he got me to perform for Devon Stevens, and I performed for him. It's nobody we in like a regular studio, but nobody's in there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
just me, my producer, my pops, the other owner of the studio, and Devon Stevens, and he's front row center. I perform. I'm getting my hair braided while I perform the whole nine. It was dope. So uh, I performed. He's like, "Yo, where you from?" He was like, "That was dope. Your originality was there. Your presentation was there, but where you from?" And I said, "I'm from North Carolina." He was like, "Yeah, I don't hear that." So I said, well, North Carolina doesn't really have a sound. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with that.
Petey Pablo didn't sound like Rhapsody. Rhapsody didn't sound like Lil Brother. Lil Brother didn't sound like J. Cole. J. Cole didn't sound like the baby. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
true.
so many we have so many dope people to come out of here, but none of them sound the same. Even down to like maybe if you want to talk about singing, like Fantasia low key sound like Jodeci, but when you
Yeah,
want to think about like when you want to think about that, maybe. But when it comes to hip hop, we don't have a sound. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we low key take pride in because it's North Carolina is a melting pot of people.
Yeah, and
And because we are a melting pot of people, we have like we like took on the Ninth Wonder was like the forefront of North Carolina for the longest because
right.
he was the one that took it the furthest with getting on the J Black album, you know what I'm saying? And then what he did with Little Brother. So that boom bap sound is what people classified as the North Carolina sound. And then there's so many different things around here that again it's hard to say what that sound is. So as far as the scene, the scene is we feel like we have to leave we feel like we have to leave the state or whatever city you in to take it where it needs to be taken. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that myself personally. But if you
Do
think
you
about
do you feel it's still that way though with the advent of social media? And I know it used to be like that 10, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Mhm.
If you felt like you had to move to Atlanta or New York or LA or something like that, but do you still feel it that way? Because you can make a song and put it out on your social media or put it out on YouTube or whatever you got it, and you can reach plenty of people. So in the local artists, do y'all still feel you need to leave to blow up, or that y'all think in 2025?
Yeah, I don't even I honestly I don't feel like that's the reason that I made Caroline because I didn't want to feel like I even said the line, why I gotta leave to get accepted from my home. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right, right.
that's that was the concept behind making it because I don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? However, I'd be lying if I said whenever I go to Atlanta, that's where the opportunity takes place. You know what I'm saying? And biblically, whatever you decide to you subscribe to, whatever, but biblically, that's a principle from the prophets. You know what I'm saying? The last place they was accepted was home. You feel me? So I I feel like it's more of an advantage with having social media? Absolutely. Because
Right.
I know that even when I look at who's listening to it the most, the people in Atlanta are listening to it more than over here. You know what I'm saying? So do I have that advantage? Absolutely. So it's dope because when I even did the marketing and stuff like that for Caroline, the thing that Devon Stevens was telling me was like, yo, I don't know how to market you. He was like, your music is all over the place and you have to sound like where you from. So I don't know how to market you. And that was what my goal was for Caroline was to show North Carolina is a brand now. He was saying, I don't know how to brand you was what he was saying. So that's why I was in front of cookout, getting my hair braided, or I was in front of Central University on the Jesus steps getting my hair braided, and I'm at my hometown in Vanceboro in the car getting my hair braided. Like all of these places where I'm from or staples in North Carolina that people gonna see as the brand now. So when I'm looking at the numbers, like it's 11K views on this one picture. You know what I'm saying? That's cookout. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I was looking to do and having and using it as for my advantage for social media. So I absolutely understand now that social media is going to take it further than you going to the city will, but being there, brushing the shoulders, and making those relationships and human connections with people is something that you ain't gonna ever be. And that's the thing that I think North Carolina is missing is because when we strive to, it's now like it's just now becoming that place where they can have those major events in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like Cole did it when he did Dreamville, when he was bringing Dreamville over here, and that was like recent. Like for the last 5 years, that was recent. So it's just now becoming that place where we can hold those major events and then have the people where they can come in, network, and do all of the other dope stuff that they can do in a New York or doing in Atlanta. So it's just now becoming that hub. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I feel you. I like that answer. Great. Yeah. I guess my next question is kind of similar to what we just mentioned. Or like, do you feel local artists get enough support, or is it more, is it harder to break through far as like your local area? It's kind of similar to what we talked about, just talked about. But do you
Yeah.
feel like the local scene people support here, or you feel there's a lot of, I don't want to say haters, but do you feel the support is here?
Uh, I can only speak for myself. You feel
Right.
me? So, but for us and what we've done, like my pops. I had like one of the best situations because my pops was known as like the best poet around the world. You know what I'm saying? So he wherever I was at, he would put me on stage and people would rock with it. They ain't know if I was gonna be dope or not, but the fact that I was, it made it even better. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started to have the fan base of my own, so when I come here, my girl live in Kingston. You know what I'm saying? So she like super respected in Kingston. And she like royalty over here. And she can say that I'm dope, but if people don't believe it, it can go left. But again, the fact that I am, it helps. So I say that to say the support with me was a little different. Like I know when I come here in Kingston, they show me love over here. Like I'm in the Piggly Wiggly. They like, yo, you
Okay.
killing that, bro. Like,
Nice.
so it's dope because again, I get to see a lot of things come to fruition. I know 2 years ago, I could walk certain places and again, they ain't gonna know who I am.
Yeah.
But now if I'm again the work that we put in since 2 years ago, we went to the movies the day after the album came out. Me and my girl like low key celebrating when the album come out. We go to the movies
Oh,
10 o'clock in the morning. The next day, we go to see Jurassic World. We walk in, the girl was like, yo, I know who you is. We seen you. Can I listen to the song yet? I'm like, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like that lets us know that it's working. So that support is that's unmatched.
yeah.
Because again, what I've seen for at least for this album, that joint really got pushed, bro. Like I come in the barbershop over here, they really playing it, and I ain't asking them to play it. You know what I'm saying? I walk in the barbershop, they playing the album. My homie Nah Ace, he playing the album. Like I can't make that up. I walked in the barbershop in Jacksonville. I'm getting my haircut over there. The album comes on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. That's stuff that I can't make up. You know what I'm saying? So the support for me, again, I can't speak for everybody else, but I do know I've seen other artists that even around here in Kingston that get the support. It's a dude named Cash Addison. He Cash fire, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen him get that support as well. It's a
Okay.
dude named Kel. He from Rocky Mount in North Carolina. He super fire. So I've seen them show love to the artists that again they feel like deserve the love.
That's what's up. That's dope, man. Okay, so I guess I want to ask now, is there any other local artists that you want to shout out or that you want to collaborate with?
That I know I want to work with. It's a dude named, I don't even want to consider him local. The people that I want to work with ain't really like quote unquote local. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't even think that shoot, we took that joint to South Africa. We was like performing in South Africa. We got to go back. Um, we got to go back in October. So, but the people that I want to work, I don't think they like local. I don't. At least I don't determine that. But it's a dude named Ruben Vincent.
Okay.
Uh, he's on. I think he signed tonight. But he's from Charlotte though. That's who I definitely want to work with him. Who else? Who else? Who else? I think her name is Bianca. I think she's from Charlotte. Um, I want to work with her. Uh, me and Kel got stuff together already. Um, but I still want. He like he like my North Carolina Steve. So,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's a few people that I definitely working with.
Okay. Um, that's dope, man. That's dope. Okay, so do you feel like streaming and social media help or hurt artists when they're trying to get heard?
It's definitely worth an advantage for them getting heard. However, the disadvantage is like when music come out so fast, bro. Like it's it's I think what number was like 100 million songs or something like that a day. I forgot what number they said. It's like a crazy number a day for music getting put out, and artists yelling, "I want to be heard." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
the reality of that is you have to be able to stand out from 100 million or whatever that number.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, so you have to be able to stand out from those millions of songs being put out on a regular basis. So what are you doing different? And the problem that I have with that is people are wanting to make music that they feel like is going to work. So if it's let's just even say a million. If 800,000 of that million is music that's trying to get put on because it's a trend, that's the disadvantage with it, because now we got realistically only 20% of original music.
Right.
So as far as a helping artist, absolutely screaming 100% help artists. But it again it saturated, overly saturated the game when it did that, because everybody accessible to music, and it's accessible to people that don't take it for real. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I ain't never knocking nobody that I'm never knocking nobody that wanna change their life. And if music is the way of changing your life and it just so happened to work off a gimmick, go for it. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
if that's the way it worked, that's the way it worked. Like the girl that did the Win Whammy joint, she was saying I was doing hair. You feel me? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I was doing hair. I ain't want to be no rapper. I ain't plan on it really going crazy like that. We knew it was going to go viral on TikTok, but we ain't plan on it going. We had to get lawyers. We'd have to get managers and stuff like that. Like, no, that wasn't set for her life. But then you have people like me that it literally saved their life. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? This was if it wasn't for this, God knows what I'd be doing, and I know what I'd be doing. You feel me? So that's the part with that, bro. So again, it overly saturated it, but it's the part of the game where you learn to run on uneven ground. You know what I'm saying? You just
Right.
got to be able to stand out, bro.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because you get a lot of microwave type of music.
Yeah,
Just people just pushing out, shit just to be heard, just to put something out there. And it kind of watering down the art a little bit. I guess you could,
yeah, for sure.
like, they can't knock nobody, but it is what it is. It's a good and bad thing. So yeah, I definitely see where you coming from when it comes to that. So far as like if you're thinking on a big scale, like what's your dream collaboration with a rapper, like big rapper, whoever, like you have this ideal in mind that, yo, we can make some dope shit together. Like if we ever got on the track, like me and such, or whoever, or it could be Griselda, whoever, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like we can do a
Um,
collaboration.
and not because Stove God going crazy right now, but I was on Stove God on 2021. I think
Oh,
when Reasonable Drought came out.
reasonable.
So
Okay, you were early then.
yeah, so I hate that I even had to make that disclaimer, but he's so on fire right now, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
But Stove, and that's just for the rapper in me. But
yeah.
I really love his sound, bro. And like I said, the Roots, and I wanted the Roots got one of my favorite albums ever, Philadelphia Half Life.
Okay.
But I want the I want to create with the Roots, but I think that's more so. You got it up there?
Well, not that one. I got what's the things
How I
fall.
got over? I
Yeah,
mean, Things Fall Apart.
yeah. I
Yeah,
got things
facts.
fall
That one
apart.
amazing
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm a big Roots
Um,
fan too.
yeah, so I think I want to more so perform with the Roots. And I think I want to rap with Black Thought. And
Oh,
again, that's like the rapper in me. But CeeLo Green, Freddie Gibbs, and again, like I'm I'm saying this as like a artist and not a rapper. Like a lot of the times, I think rappers put themselves in a hole. Like doing this verse with Jadakiss is the worst thing that you can do because Jadakiss gonna win every time. Like
whew.
I'm not trying to out rap you. I want to make a song with you. I want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make music with you. So Freddie Gibbs is a hard person to out rap. Like that nigga won't rap crazy every single time.
Yes, yeah,
Am I saying that I can't do that? Absolutely not. I'm gonna come crazy for sure.
yeah,
Pause.
yeah.
That was wild. My bad. But I'm gonna go crazy each time. However, uh, I want to be able to make a song with you. So if I like what Stove God did with Clips,
Mm,
everybody expected him to rap up there, and he did a hook. Then the hook goes crazy. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's what I want to be able to do. If it's as small as a hook, I just want to be able to be in the room and create something amazing.
Nice. That's what's up, man. I like that answer, man. So what do you want listeners and people to take away to get from your music? Like when they listen to it, like what do you want to convey as far as your message is concerned?
As far as my message, um, I just want people to hear the stories. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest takeaway. And I ain't saying it's not even just my story. When I my hat says it still takes a village, and that's what my music stands for. Is it's
Yep.
a village of people that you're getting. It's a village that you're getting when you listen to that album. Caroline is not just about me. When I said in that song Shake Back, like this is where it get dangerous. I ain't ever been the one to be gangster. I had niggas that was just I had real niggas that they just like pictures how I paint them. Then they got older, high ranking. Then we turn to brothers, I thank them. Like now it's I'm telling you who I'm talking about or who I represent. Am I the pimp, the hustler, shooter, a customer? Listen close when I say this. I represent the ghetto. I'm the storyteller, but I'm running out of patience. Like now I'm telling you who I represent. In the song Higher was for people that really went through that. You know what I'm saying? I made that first verse for the mothers, the single mothers that I've seen go through it. I made the second verse for the people that I've seen go through it with their addiction. You know what I'm saying? I made the Save Me song for the people that's really outside sliding. You know what I'm saying? Them the young boys that's really outside getting to it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
made that song for them. You know what I'm saying? So I I tell stories in different point of views. I tell stories in even in different sounds, so it can be relayed and conveyed to who it needs to be conveyed to. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That's why none of Caroline sounds the same. One, to prove my point to the Divine Stevens dude that I was talking about, but
right.
also relay it to the people that I was aiming for with each track. None of them sound the same. One of them sound like a West Coast vibe song. The Real Man song sound like a West Coast vibe song, but I wanted people to be able to play it at the cookout. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I made it sound crazy different for each song again to reach a different people. But each song is a different story. Each song is a different set of people. So as far as what I wanted to be taken from it is again, those stories are bigger than me. You feel me? So those stories are for the people that came before me, came that's gonna be here after me, the people that I lost along the way here.
Okay. All right, cool. So how can people, fans and stuff like that support you outside of streaming your music? Do you have any shows coming up or any merch or is something you're working on, besides the actual music itself?
Yeah, so the dope part is, bro, again, like I said, this has always been my job. So I used to not even used to. I'm like building another curriculum out now. But I teach hip hop. I was teaching hip hop at a black charter school over here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. It was called Zecca School of Arts and Technology, but I taught hip hop there for like 4 or 5 years. And like actual hip hop, like the culture of it. Shoot, we went through Outkast albums. We listened
Oh,
to the Pimp a Butterfly, studied it, the whole nine. But we get to like the nitty gritty of the culture of hip hop, the essence of it, the history behind it, all of that. But
right.
that's something that I want to bring back as far as like bringing camps into schools and stuff like that. So I really want to. I'm like adamant about doing that. But outside of that, we have the hard copies of the album. We have the hard copies of the album Caroline, and I put them on like CD on like a CD. And the reason that I did that though was like to make a collector's item for the I'm make a collector's item something that people could just touch. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's on streaming, but when you get it, it's not just the album. It's a QR code on top of it. And if you scan that QR code, it's gonna like give you access to like certain interviews, like 4 or 5 mixtape votes that we did. So it's really like again something to have. And for the people that wanted me to sign it or whatever, I actually signed it. I shipped them out on the whole nine. So again, just something for people to have. So we were selling those for 25 and like 30 if we had to ship it out and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the merch that we got some of the merch coming soon. So yeah, man, we got the shows coming up. I got a joint on the 19th. Raleigh for DJ Wade Banner. He's doing the launch for his company Amplify.
Okay.
And We got the joints in Africa coming up. That's at the end of October. We got a lot of shows coming up though. Joints it's been ringing off the hook for September and October for sure.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, I would love to, link with you far as